Sagan.
Hello everyone and welcome to BaconCraft. I am Hodag and this is episode 16 if you are watching still. And don't worry, we're not going to be spending this episode over here in the Ocean Temple, but I did want to show you guys one thing before I leave. As you can see, between episodes, I have been emptying out the bottom floor and I am past halfway. And I looked down for a second when I was past halfway when I was clearing this out, and I noticed something that I really wanted to show you guys just to kind of prove a point and also because it's interesting. And that is that now that there's only a little bit of water left, the concentration, that means the amount of guardians in the remaining water, is a lot. So I'm going to drink this night vision potion so that you guys can actually see what I'm talking about. But let's check it out. How many are down here? Look at this. I can't stay here for long because I will die. But let's break those beams and then I'll try again. Look at how many are here. I have like 10 beams on me at least. This is why I'm draining the rest of the water. When I drain the rest of the water, the rest of these guys are only going to be able to spawn in my towers, and it's going to drastically increase the efficiency of my farm here. But look at that. Oh my gosh. So anyway, I'm going to keep on draining the water in this Ocean Temple so that we get just insane amounts of efficiency and loot out of this thing. Whenever we want to come AFK or somebody else wants to come over here and AFK, they can. Later on, once I clean out of the water, they won't have to AFK for long. However, what are we going to be doing in this episode? I don't know, actually. We're going to be building another farm. Automatic farm of some kind. I don't know which kind. Let's get back to the base and see what we can figure out. Hey guys, I'm in the testing world. Trying to figure out what farm to build. Can you guess which one I picked? I have been here for about 2 or 3 hours figuring out how wide these things grow, how tall they grow, what's the greatest amount that you can like keep them close to the ground but get as many of these chorus flowers as possible, and figuring out how far apart they need to be spaced, like 2 blocks in between or 1 block in between or 4 or 3 blocks in between. Been taking a bunch of tests. You know, here's what the drops were when I harvested these. I harvested them multiple times once they were fully grown. I've been doing tons of stuff, and here is what I've finally settled on after all my testing. So underwater, we're going to have kind of a little room leading into our big room where we harvest the flowers, because that's what you need to actually plant in order to grow these things. And then here's going to be our big room, and I only built half of it. There's going to be another set over here, but basically it's going to be a 3x3. We are going to be using water again, sadly, and it's pretty much the exact same system as it was on our potato, wheat, and stuff farm. So that's boring, redstoningly, I guess. But I wanted to do like a shifting floor thing where a piston pushes over this way the whole floor and it would break these, and then have some hopper minecarts pick them up underneath the ground, which you haven't seen. I'll try to do something with that later. But there's been some problems with hopper minecarts lately, plus the pistons can only push 12 blocks, if I remember correctly, and this thing is about 15 blocks wide. And even if I tried to cut down the sides somehow, it wasn't going to work, and I'd have to hook up 2 systems, because 9 doesn't even give me like enough to really get the purple blocks. And the whole reason I'm trying to do this is to get the purple blocks, because the next build I want to build needs purple blocks. It just needs them. So let's jump back on BaconCraft and let's get to building this thing. Here we are. You guys have seen this about 1,000,000 times, but if you looked really closely, you noticed there's something different. Ooh, another hallway. Ooh, it goes diagonally a little bit and then straight again, and then it's not finished, because this is as far as I got, you guys. I tried to look outside on the ocean floor to figure out what kind of the best area for this is, and it kind of levels off over here. So what we're going to do is knock this down. The next like short room where we harvest the chorus flower is going to be right after here, and then past that is going to be our giant room. But it's taken me a while, you guys, and that is not because this is a big project, which is what the normal problem is. It's taken me a while because I just got Pokemon Go, and I also downloaded Creativerse, which is it's a free kind of Minecrafty-like game that has come out very recently, and if you haven't checked it out, go ahead and check it out, because I think you might like it if you do like Minecraft. But I've been playing a bunch of Creativerse. I've been Just got Pokemon Go, and I'm probably going to go outside here in a little bit and play some more. But that's going to take some time, and then I just got back hanging out with some friends and doing other things, and I got to get this video out, so I'm going to keep plugging away. I'm not going to do this next part in a third-person time-lapse, but I promise that the part after that where I actually build the farm inside, the main part in there is going to be third-person time-lapse. So let's go ahead and clean out all the water, because that part is boring. Ah, slime! Slime in my path. This isn't gonna work. Well, I don't want to slime farm on my walking path on the way to this farm. That makes no sense. That's okay, I'll put enough carpet down where they will not spawn here. Now that I know that they actually will spawn here. That's actually pretty funny. Well, there we have it. It's beautiful. Our first room is completely cleared out. Unfortunately, the other room is like 15 or 16 blocks high and about 30 blocks wide and 15 blocks long, and yeah, it's gonna be a while. I'm gonna have to go grab some coffee and settle in for the night because I'm not gonna get it done otherwise. Let's do it. I need your opinion. Ooh, the dark blue, the regular blue stained clay goes well with these chorus flowers. But then again, do I want the exact same color as the thing? Because when these chorus fruits drop, I won't even be able to see them. What other color? I mean, in the testing world, I just had sandstone because that's what the testing world is made out of. But that's, I don't need that here. I don't know what to do. You know what I will do? I'll finish this pattern across the center. And then it's just going to come to me. It's going to come to me. I know it is. For sure. Hey, one thing I've never tried is eating this chorus fruit and seeing how it teleports. It apparently teleports you pretty close by. Yeah. Oh man, I'm like an Enderman. Like a ninja Enderman. So we started off with the blue stained clay and the light blue stained clay, and I think that's too close to the actual fruit color to coarse fruit color here to make a difference. So I looked through all my blocks. Here's quartz. That just doesn't look very good. It looks kind of gross. The cobblestone. I even grabbed a cobblestone thinking maybe that'll look good. This? No, you can't have red with the purple. There's just I give up. This is the worst. This is the worst. I don't know what to do, you guys. And here we have it, everybody. It's the hallway of ridiculous floor designs. Because I cannot pick which one. Here's the light blue stained clay. I went and got some nether brick. Because I'm out of ideas. Some mossy stone brick. Some regular red brick. Some, I don't even know what this was. Light gray stained clay or something. Here's the actual blue stained clay, which looks more like purple. Here is the half slab, stone slabs. Here's regular stone brick, light blue. I'm just gonna pick one for now, and you guys please leave some suggestions in the comments area because I don't know what to do with this room. I'm just gonna pick one, and I know I'm not gonna like it, and then I'm gonna be waiting for your suggestions down there. So please make sure to let me know what you think. Alright, ladies and gents, this is what I'm going with. I went with the light blue stained clay. I added more andesite to kind of circle each flower or plant or whatever they call them. And I hate this the least. That's all I can say. Still, if you have suggestions, let me know, because this could be improved, I'm sure. So now it's just on to the big and final last room. And just like this, we are on our last row of the boring part, the clearing. Ooh, pretty. Only took me a few hours, which might seem like a long time to some people, but for me in Minecraft, that's not that bad. I mean, compared to draining the whole ocean temple, this is nothing. So the only problem here is while I was doing this, we got some slimes spawning over here in this room now, not just in the hallway. So I definitely ran into some slime chunks. But it's not like, you know, I almost always have my sword and my bow and arrow here on me, so I can just wipe them out and whatever, you know, we don't we can just get some extra slime out of it. So anyway, this is our ceiling up there. This is everything. Now we gotta do the fun part. I gotta fill in some more andesite here. We're gonna have our foundation made out of andesite basically, but then we gotta pick a block other than the sandstone, kind of like what we did in here, and I hated it. But now I'm kind of liking it actually. This light blue, which is actually light purple, it works out. So I might craft up more of that and use that in here, kind of in a variation though, like this, not just straight dark light purple or whatever the heck that is. I'm gonna call it what it is. It's light purple, okay? Even though it's light blue stained clay, it's totally light purple. So I'm gonna probably craft up some of that. I'm gonna basically copy and paste our other world into here. I think I have most of the resources already, or I have the materials already for most of what I already showed you over in the other world. But we gotta put in some redstone, very simple. We gotta put in some water and some pistons in the back there. But now I can't fly, and I'm dealing with the water from the ocean. And also, on that note, the water from the ocean on this other side will flow through if I just break this glass. So why would I put water source blocks back here if I can just have the natural water from the ocean flow into our thing if I lift the pistons? I think that's what I'm going to do actually. Instead of putting water source blocks, we're just going to have the natural water of the ocean flow in and flood our farm once we're ready for that. That's kind of going to be a cool thing. I thought about doing that on the carrot, potato, wheat, and beetroot farm, but it was a little bit too late once I thought of it, so we might do that here. Anyway, I love having giant rooms in the ocean, and I'll try to show you guys an eclipse soon, but from up here, right over there, you can see our elevator and then our little bedroom, and then past that is the wheat, potato, all that farm. And then I just can't wait till we have stuff branching out in every direction. The ocean floor is going to look so cool, you guys. When I was outside building this thing with the glass first, I could see that it already looks cool. We only have two things really besides the little room and the elevator. It just looks awesome from out here. So anyway, enough of me talking. I'm going to go put all of my sand in my gravel back, because I even have more than this over there, and clean up the area a little bit. Then I got to do some terraforming here just slightly. I got to bring in some new blocks, and once I have the floor foundation laid in, I'm going to come back, get you guys' opinion on some of these building ideas over here with the light blue, the light purple, with the light purple. Anyway, okay, so I'll be back in a second. Okay, now this place is starting to look like something. Yeah? This is starting to look like something legit. Not just a hole in the ground with a bunch of random blocks thrown in it or whatever. We got a little bit more redstone to do. I just want to pillar up a little bit and see how this thing looks from up above, because you guys have been seeing it, but I unfortunately have not, because I've been down there building it. And yeah, nice. Very nice. Now that is what I call a farm. Wait a second. Oh, come on. Alright. And over here. And okay. Yep. Put that right down. Well, that was weird. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, this farm is just, it looks amazing, and it's just, when you have a project this big, what you always have to do, let me teach you guys a lesson. Let me throw some knowledge on you, okay? You always want to just recheck and check your specs to do just a great job like I did here. When you know everything is in the correct place the first time, you definitely don't have to tear down the whole floor and replace the entire thing because you didn't do it correct the first time. That's just not something that happens. So anyway, let's get down off the pillar here. I'm done admiring my beautiful work. Okay, the next thing we need to do is really not that much. I need to knock out this glass, but once I do that, it's going to flood this whole platform, and I don't want to flood the platform. I don't want to flood the platform until I have the redstone in so that I can actually shut off the water when I want to. Okay, so the redstone is really not too complex, but there needs to be a block there, and there needs to be, unless I'm off on that, I think I'm right. Okay, this block I think can come out. No, that's right. That's wrong. Sorry. There needs to be one of these blocks there, a block there, and then this block here. This block basically blocks a redstone torch, which is going to be coming up from right here. And it's just a torch tower coming up from the back, and then those torches power every single piston. It just gets powered here from the center. What we need to do now is tunnel underneath this thing, down under here. We jog over just slightly here, and then we have to follow this track underneath here, which is going to be ice in a little bit because we're going to be using ice and water to flush our items to the center here. And then it's going to come up, and we're going to put a block. I want to put a special block though. What can we put there? Do I have anything good here? I got lapis. I've already used a ton of lapis though. Okay, just for argument's sake, let's close that. I don't need that. Okay, let's just try to do this really fast. Okay. No. Oh, I got a piece of carpet. Okay, anyway, just for argument's sake, basically right here is this thing. We need our lever, and that's going to be our lever. Right now when it's up, the pistons will be up. When it's down, the pistons will go down. But basically we need to run redstone just underneath here, and then it's going to go down underneath our farm and come up right here to turn on these pistons or turn them off. And that's going to be our entire farm. But that tunneling part is not going to be very interesting, so let me go and fix that tunneling part, and then I'll be right back. Okay, just for some building on camera here, I want to put those there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that should be, let me put a torch down here just so we don't have monsters spawning. Let's fill in this part now. Okay, 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4. Let's see, we can put blocks. I don't want to put a block there because I'll cut off the signal, and that's no good, but I can put blocks there. Can't put a block there. Okay, and then this whole part can be filled in with blocks. I can't put a block here because that's what powers it. Block. I need some andesite to replace my wall. A couple more blocks till I get back up to my little platform. You guys have no idea where I am right now. It's all gonna make sense in a second. And we flip the switch, and nothing because I have to put my torches in yet. Where's my torches? Did I bring torches? I didn't bring torches? No way. Hey look, I totally brought torches. Yeah, I did. I mean, come on, I'm always prepared. I got redstone torches for sure. Look at, I got 9 of them. That's no problem. Okay, so here we go. Let me go down here. I'm gonna have to destroy this for a second. Oh, okay, so that's where I need it to be. It's powered, yay! Okay, so redstone torch here. Block above that, redstone torch there. Should be powered, good. Block above that, redstone torch there should be unpowered. Yeah. Block there, redstone torch should be powered. Ooh, and that is what we have, you guys. Let me replace this sea lantern. And I need to put a block here so that my water doesn't knock out that torch. But that should be the farm. Check it out. A little bit of delay because it is traveling through a piston with a redstone block on it, and I want to do this because I don't want to see that torch. And because I'm doing that, I can go ahead and do that too. Okay, so let's check it here. Actually, I'm going to put a sea lantern in there because I don't know why, but that would look more cool. Okay, that there, and then sea lantern here. Good. Okay, perfect. So now that's working. I just got to knock the water in here. I'm going to go knock out all those all the glass behind there so that the ocean can naturally flood this whole place. But our pistons and our redstone are working. The next thing is we need to connect our little canal down here that we're going to make up to our storage system. Alright, here we go. We're almost back because we had everything we needed to make our item transportation system to transport all of our coarse fruit down to our storage system, except we didn't have enough packed ice. So I've just come back from the packed ice biome, the ice spike biome actually, and I got way more than we needed because I figured we'll need it in the future, but I have a lot. But I think we're going to go ahead and build this item transportation system. However, the only problem is that you guys have already seen me do that for the potato, carrot, wheat, beetroot farm. And it's exactly the same, except for the only thing that drops out of this farm is just one thing. It's just coarse fruit. So we don't even need a sorting system. All we need to do is to create this line. First, we need to make some hoppers. Then we have to place some hoppers. Then we need to mark some coordinates. Alright, check. Next we need to build a long tunnel to get over to said coordinates. Then we put down a few more hoppers. And we fill this entire thing with our packed ice. Then we eat fish because we're hungry. Next we pour the water into our canals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then, excitement, we place the stone slab. And then we pour in more water. Alright, here we go. The water's flowing in from the farm. We go down the chute all the way to the last block. It all falls straight down here into more water, which flows for 8 blocks. We put a half slab. Get even some more water out here. And that's going to flow for 8 blocks. And then we put a half slab. And then, ooh, a corner. I don't like corners. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to make this one a little bit longer. So we're going to take this water back. We're going to back this up just a couple blocks. Like right there. We're going to put a water source block there. We're going to go bouncing along apparently. And then another one here. And then, because I don't like that on the end, we're going to do that. Keep this train moving, one of those. And then here we put one of these. And of course, I am 1 bucket of water short. So I go get 1 more bucket of water, put it right here, and then it keeps flowing straight over the top of our hoppers and flows straight down into our hopper system, which is on the other side. Right here is where they're all going to flow into, and there's all the junk from when I was trying to build it. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put a little signage here, then we're going to go up and test it. Let's do it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, all of our chorus flowers have grown up into very amazing, just beautiful looking tall plants. Let's go ahead and hit the switch. Wait a second, that's not the switch. Close the gate. Alright. Make sure it looks real nice. It does. Look at the flowing water. Okay. Hit the switch. I have not tested this yet. Oh, that sounds kind of cool, actually. Let's see how everything's going. Please pick those up. I don't want there to be any loss in this farm. Lame. Well, that's not cool. Let's see how many are down there. Oh man, 18. I was hoping for like 2. Oh, there's half a stack here, you guys. Not cool. Not cool. I mean, I have a way to fix it. I just didn't want to do it that way. Okay, we got half a stack. Let's go see if the rest made it down into our storage area. Here we are. We got our nice little sign, and ooh. So even with that, that's about correct. That's about how much it should be. Now what we have to do is go back upstairs, and I'll show you how we're going to fix that loss out of the system. Fairly simple. We just let water flow as water does flow. So here's oh no, I broke my redstone. Ah, not cool. Not even a little bit cool. Be right back. And there we are, everyone. We just let the water flow naturally, 7 blocks, then another 7 blocks, and then down, and then we put a water source block here as well. So it's going to flow. There's nothing that it could get caught on this time. It'll flow straight into this canal. It's going to flow to the center and flow straight down into our storage area. But that is going to do it, you guys. That's everything. That's our entire farm all done here with Hodag. So, if you like what you saw here today, be sure to subscribe, like, leave a comment, tweet, do whatever you would like to do, please, so that I know that you are actually enjoying the content. And thank you on behalf of all the Hodags out there. I would like to thank you for coming, watching, and have a great day, you guys.